friends, welcome to the Commander's CRYPT. I've got an awesome video for you today. Today we've got Murders at Karlov Manor spoilers. We've got the top 10 commanders from that set. But before we get into that, just want to let you know we are on patreon.com. If you guys want to support the channel, go ahead. Here is the information. And get your name put at the end of this video. Without further ado, we will get into it. Honorable mention, we've got Kellen, Inquisitive Prodigy. He's 1 blue, green, and 2. He's interesting to me because of his adventure. It seems to me that with his adventure, you should be able to get him out of the command zone without the tax every time. Rules lawyers, let me know. He's a 3/4 flying vigilance, but his adventure says investigate. You may play an additional land this turn. Then exile this card. You may cast a creature later from exile. Then it says whenever Kellen Inquisitive Prodigy attacks, destroy up to 1 target artifact. If you control that permanent, draw a card. So this guy's like the old Trigon Predator. Whenever he attacks, you get to destroy up to 1 target artifact, which will disrupt your opponents. But then also, if you were able to, if you were able to kill a token or something of yours, you could draw cards as well. I find this guy interesting, so he's an honorable mention. Number 10, Tulsamir, Midnight's Light. For 5 mana, 2 white, green, and 2, he's you basically get 8 power out of this guy. Lifelink, he's an elf scout. When he enters the battlefield, create a Voja Fenstalker, a legendary 5/5 green and white wolf creature token with trample. Whenever a wolf you control attacks, if Tulsamir attack this combat, target creature an opponent controls blocks that wolf this combat if able. So, wolf tokens, all that kind of stuff. I find this guy interesting. Not the most powerful, but for 5 mana, you get 8 power out on the board. Number 9, Trostani, 3 Whispers. For 3 mana, you get a 4/4, and then target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. Target creature gains Vigilance until end of turn. Target creature gains Double Strike until end of turn. So, if you got 3 mana, 4 mana, you can make her or one of your creatures, many of your creatures, it is a colon. Give them all of these keywords. So I've got Trostani, 3 Whispers at number 9. Number 8, Rakdos, Patron of Chaos. Rakdos and 4, Flying Trample. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. So basically, this guy's a 6/6 Flying Trampler for 6. And you get to draw 2 cards basically every turn. You're gonna choose the guy that can't lose any permanents. So there you go. Number 7, Etrada, Deadly Fugitive. She's a vampire assassin. For 3 mana, she's a 1/4 Death Toucher. Face down creatures you control have black, blue 2. Turn this creature face up. If you can't exile it, then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library. So I find her interesting. I think I would put her in my Cyber Controller deck. Go check out that video. I've been playing that deck, and it is incredibly crazy strong. With the Cyber Controller, you can either just go off and win the game, or you can mill your opponents, take their creatures. And if you've got this in that deck, you can then flip the biggest, baddest creatures that Cyber Controller has taken and milled from your opponents. Number 6, Krenko, Baron of Tin Street. 1 red and 2 haste. Sack an artifact. Put a 1/1 counter on each goblin you control. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay red. If you do, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It gains haste until end of turn. Not the strongest Krenko out there, but this would work well in a goblin deck. Number 5, Massacre Girl, Known Killer. I love this card. 2 black and 2. Menace creatures you control have Wither. They deal damage to creatures in the form of -1, -1 counters. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, if its toughness was less than 1, draw a card. And that's what's going to happen. Your guys are going to attack. If they block it all, they're going to go down to 0, and you're going to draw a bunch of cards. Very, very interesting. Number 4, Karlov's Visionary Inventor. He's Izzet in 5, Menace, Ward 2, and Haste. Whenever he attacks, sacrifice any number of other creatures, then exile the top X cards of your library, X is their total power. You may cast any number of Izzets and or sorcery spells from among the exiled cards without paying their mana cost. So, this, I could definitely see some shenanigans going off with this, especially if you got ways to manipulate your deck. You put out some tokens, kill them, and then you're dropping out multiple time walks, other things like that. This I've got this guy at number 4, but heck, he actually might be stronger now that I think about it. Number 3, Judith Carnage Connoisseur, Rakdos in 3. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, choose one. That spell gains death, touch, and lifelink, or create a 2/2 red epic creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. With a spell like Blazing Volley, you could do multiple board wipes on your opponents, one-sided board wipes. And we know here at the Commander's Crypt, we love one-sided board wipes. But Judith Carnage Connoisseur, I've got her higher than Kylox because she's cheaper to get out, doesn't require as much setup. And with other cards like Yahenni Undying Partisan, you can one-side board wipe, make him monstrous. He's got haste and indestructible, and you could start really doing some work. So I've got her number 3. I can't wait to see what everybody does with these decks. Number 2, I've got Aurelia, the Law Above. She's Boros in 3, flying, Vig, haste. 4/4, whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia, the Law Above, deals 3 damage to each of your opponents. You gain 3 life. So, you're in Boros, so you're going to have a lot of small creatures, flyers preferably. You got a bunch of small flyers and or angels, and you're going to be flying all over the place. And you're going to be drawing cards and bolting people. And then if other opponents are attacking, you get that as well. I think that's pretty strong. And then for number 1, I've got Mirko, Obsessive Theorist. I absolutely love this card. He's going to be in the Revenant Recon Precon deck, and I'm going to get it. This is the only Precon that I'm interested in. Black, blue, and 1. He's a 1/3 flying with vigilance. Whenever you surveil, put a 1/1 counter on Mirko, Obsessive Theorist. So you know that Precon is going to have all kinds of surveil cards. There's already all kinds of surveil cards in Dimir, black and blue. And there's counter spells. There's that demon that surveils for 2, lose 2 life. You're going to be able to go through your deck. You're going to be able to put mill yourself, put all kinds of fatties into your graveyard, and then at the beginning of your end step, you may return target creature card with power less than Mirko's from the graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. If it would die, exile it instead. So basically what's going to happen here is for 3 mana, you're going to put this guy out. He's got Vig. You're going to surveil a lot, make him massive, and then you're going to be pulling out massive demons and vampires out of your graveyard once per turn. So I think that's pretty strong. With black, you've got tutors. With blue, you've got counter spells. I have this guy as the number 1 commander from this latest set. Let me know what you think. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? So there you have it. Here at the Commander's Crypt, we don't want to be just a Commander channel. We want to be a Commander community as well. So if you feel like supporting the channel, go to our Patreon and you will see your name at the end of each video. Or if you are in the higher tier, I will mention your name online. So that's it. We're going to get on out of here. Go check out my store. Have a wonderful day. Are you looking for dice or playmats for your next Magic game? Check out my online store, thecryptneworleans.com. We also have electronics to make your life easier. Our prices are cheaper than Amazon, and you get a $10 gift for your purchase. Thecryptneworleans.com. It helps you, and it helps out the channel.